Imagine this. The power goes out. Not for an hour, days. The fridge stops humming, the lights are dead, and the TV is silent. For most, it's a hassle. For seniors, it can turn deadly fast. Here's the hard truth. During the 2021 Texas winter storm, seniors over 60 made up 60% of the deaths. Most of those tragedies, preventable. But here's the kicker. You already have 10 life-saving items in your home right now, and getting them ready won't cost you a dime. Preparedness isn't about buying expensive gadgets, it's about using what you already have. These overlooked items could mean the difference between safety and disaster. Stick around as we break down the 10 free priceless items every senior needs in a crisis. And hey, if you care about staying prepared, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. 10. Makeshift draft blockers and insulation. When the power goes out in the dead of winter, the cold becomes a silent, creeping danger. For seniors, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's life-threatening. As we age, our bodies lose efficiency in regulating temperature, making hypothermia a very real risk, even in a home that feels just a little chilly. The expensive fixes like generators or storm windows are out of reach for many, but here's the good news. You don't need to spend a dime to protect yourself. The solution lies in using what you already have to fight heat loss. Start with drafts. The gaps under exterior doors are like open invitations for cold air to rush in. Grab bath towels, old blankets, or even rolled up newspapers, and press them firmly against the bottom of every exterior door. For windows, painter's tape is your best friend. Seal up cracks and gaps where cold air sneaks through. Next, tackle insulation. Windows are notorious for letting heat escape. Cover them with blankets, quilts, or even flattened cardboard boxes. Tape these materials securely over the entire window frame to create a barrier against the cold. If you have bubble wrap lying around, it's surprisingly effective when taped directly to the glass. But the real game changer, create a safe room. Instead of trying to keep your entire house warm, focus on one small interior room, preferably one without windows, like a bathroom. Close the door, block any drafts, and hunker down. Your own body heat will gradually warm the space, and those few extra degrees can make all the difference. These simple, no-cost actions empower you to take control of your environment. You're not just sitting back and letting the cold win. You're actively defending your home's warmth. And in a crisis, that sense of control is priceless. 9. A physical map of your area. In today's world, we rely on technology for everything, including navigation. But what happens when the power goes out, cell towers fail, and your GPS is nothing more than a blank screen? In a disaster, this isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. For seniors who may already feel disoriented in high-stress situations, losing access to reliable navigation can be catastrophic. The solution? A good old-fashioned physical map. It's low-tech, reliable, and doesn't need batteries or a cell signal to work. Start by going online to Google Maps or OpenStreetMap. Center the map on your home and zoom out to include your town and the surrounding areas. Print a few pages, one with a wide view and others with detailed street views. But don't stop there. Personalize your map. Use a pen to circle your home. Mark the nearest hospitals, pharmacies, and public shelters, and draw primary and secondary routes to each location. If you have an old road atlas in your car, dig it out. It's a treasure trove of information that could save your life. In a crisis, roads may be blocked, landmarks may be unrecognizable, and panic can cloud your memory. A physical map provides clarity and a plan. It's not just a piece of paper, it's a lifeline. Take a few minutes this week to print and mark your map. It's a small effort that could make a huge difference when it matters most. 8. A mental health kit. Emergencies aren't just physical challenges, they're mental ones too. Imagine days without power. The nights are long, dark, and eerily quiet. There's no TV, no internet, no social media. For seniors who may already struggle with isolation, this can lead to anxiety, depression, and even poor decision-making. The solution isn't another gadget that relies on batteries. It's a mental health kit, a collection of items you already own that can help you stay grounded and resilient. Start with books. That novel you've been meaning to read, or an old favorite can provide a much-needed escape. Next, puzzles. A jigsaw puzzle, a crossword book, or even a Sudoku can keep your mind engaged. Don't forget games. A deck of cards for solitaire, a travel chess set, or even a simple game of tic-tac-toe can help pass the time. Finally, include a notepad and pen. Writing down your thoughts, fears, or even a to-do list can be incredibly therapeutic. The beauty of this kit is its simplicity. It doesn't require electricity, and it doesn't cost a thing, but its impact on your mental state is invaluable. In a prolonged crisis, staying mentally strong is just as important as having food and water. A clear mind makes better decisions and maintains hope. Take a few minutes to gather these items into a bag or box. It's a small step that can make a big difference. 7. With chain, heavy-duty garbage bags. At first glance, a roll of heavy-duty garbage bags might not seem like a survival tool, but in a crisis, these humble bags are worth their weight in gold. They're versatile, durable, and can solve a surprising number of problems. First, let's talk about waterproofing. In many disasters, water is your enemy. A leaky roof or relentless rain can ruin essential documents, medications, and clothes. By placing these items in a garbage bag and tying it shut, you instantly protect them from water damage. Double bagging adds an extra layer of security. Next, sanitation. If the water's off, your toilet won't flush. This quickly becomes a health hazard. Line your toilet bowl with a garbage bag, and you have a simple, sanitary solution. When it's full, tie it off and dispose of it safely. Garbage bags can also serve as emergency rain gear. Cut a hole in the bottom for your head and 2 on the sides for your arms, and you've got a makeshift poncho. It's not stylish, but it will keep you dry, and staying dry is critical for preventing hypothermia. The uses don't stop there. You can tape garbage bags over windows for insulation, use them as a ground cover, or even fill them with leaves to create a makeshift mattress. Their versatility is nearly endless. The real value of heavy-duty garbage bags lies in their adaptability. They're not just for trash. They're a survival tool that can protect you from the elements, maintain sanitation, and even provide comfort. And the best part? You probably already have a roll under your kitchen sink. Why? It's small, simple, and often overlooked, but a whistle can be a lifesaver in a crisis. Imagine this. An earthquake hits, and a heavy bookshelf falls, pinning you to the ground. Or you've slipped in the dark and can't get up. Yelling for help might seem like the obvious solution, but your voice can only carry so far, and you'll get hoarse and exhausted quickly. A whistle, on the other hand, requires minimal effort and produces a sharp, high-pitched sound that cuts through background noise. It's a recognized signal for help, and the universal distress call. 3 short blasts can alert rescuers to your location. You don't need to buy a fancy personal alarm device. Chances are you already have a whistle lying around. It might be on an old keychain, in a junk drawer, or even in a child's toy box. Once you find it, keep it somewhere accessible on your nightstand, in your pocket, or attached to your keys. The beauty of a whistle is its reliability. It doesn't need batteries, and it won't fail you in a critical moment. For seniors who may be more prone to falls or other emergencies, having a whistle within arm's reach provides a profound sense of security. This tiny, inexpensive item can make a huge difference in a life-or-death situation. Take a moment to find that forgotten whistle and keep it close. It's a small step that could save your life. 5. The help/OK signal. A lifeline in plain sight. At number 5, we have a tool so simple it's brilliant. A help/OK signal. It's not a gadget, it doesn't need batteries, and you can make it in under 5 minutes. Yet it solves one of the most critical problems in a disaster: communication. Picture this. A storm has knocked out power and phone lines. You're safe but completely cut off. Emergency responders are stretched thin, moving street by street, trying to figure out who needs help and who doesn't. They can't knock on every door. It's just not feasible. For seniors, especially those living alone, this communication gap can be deadly. The high-tech solutions like satellite phones or walkie-talkies are great, but they're expensive, require maintenance, and depend on someone else having the same device. For many seniors, these options are simply out of reach. That's where the Help OK signal comes in. Here's how to make it. Grab a piece of cardboard or sturdy paper. On one side, write Help in large bold letters. On the other side, write OK. That's it. You've just created a communication tool that could save your life. Place this sign in a highly visible window. If you're managing fine, display the OK side. This lets first responders or neighbors know you're safe, allowing them to focus their efforts on those in urgent need. But if you're in trouble, whether you've fallen, are feeling unwell, or are in immediate danger, flip the sign to Help. That single word becomes a beacon, cutting through the chaos to direct assistance exactly where it's needed. The genius of this tool lies in its simplicity and reliability. It doesn't rely on technology, it doesn't cost a penny, and it's instantly understandable. It gives you a voice when you can't physically reach out for help. Take a few minutes today to make your Help OK sign. It's a small effort that could make a life-saving difference. 4. Improvised first aid supplies. Life-saving solutions from everyday items. Coming in at number 4 is a set of improvised first aid supplies you already have in your home. In a disaster, minor injuries are almost inevitable. A slip in the dark, a cut from broken glass, or even a small burn. While these might seem minor, they can escalate quickly if not treated properly. For seniors who may already have compromised immune systems, the risk of infection is even greater. The ideal solution is a fully stocked first aid kit. But let's be honest, not everyone has one, and buying one can be expensive. The good news? You can create a makeshift first aid kit using items you already own. Start with stopping the bleeding. Clean cloth is your best friend here. An old t-shirt, pillowcase, or even a dish towel can be cut into strips and used as bandages or compresses. Just make sure the fabric is clean to avoid introducing bacteria into the wound. Next, focus on cleaning the wound. Soap and water are your go-to tools. If your tap is still running, use it. If not, rely on your stored emergency water. Gently clean the wound with soap and water to remove dirt and reduce the risk of infection. For covering the wound, plastic wrap or a clean plastic bag can act as a temporary barrier to keep dirt and germs out. Secure it with tape or strips of cloth. If you have any over-the-counter ointments like antibiotic cream, use them sparingly to further protect the wound. The priceless value of these improvised supplies lies in their accessibility and effectiveness. They bridge the gap between the moment an injury occurs and when professional medical help becomes available. Knowing how to repurpose everyday items into life-saving tools empowers you to take control in a crisis. It's not just about having the right supplies, it's about knowing how to use what you have. 3. The Emergency Information Binder. Your life organized and ready. At number 3, we have the Emergency Information Binder, a simple yet powerful tool that can save you time, stress, and even your life in a crisis. Emergencies are chaotic by nature. Whether it's a sudden evacuation or a medical emergency, the last thing you want is to waste precious time hunting for important documents or trying to remember critical information. The solution? A centralized physical collection of your most vital information. All you need is a 3-ring binder, a folder, or even a large envelope. This becomes your one-stop shop for everything you might need in an emergency. Start by gathering copies of your essential documents, your driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, health insurance information, and any property deeds or insurance policies. Next, create a medical information sheet. List all your medical conditions, allergies, medications, including dosages, and the contact information for your doctors. Don't forget a contact list. Include family members, neighbors, your landlord, and any other key people you might need to reach. If you have pets, add their vaccination records and any special care instructions. Finally, include copies of your power of attorney, living will, and any other legal documents that might be relevant. The beauty of this binder is its portability and reliability. In an evacuation, you can grab it and go, knowing you have everything you need in one place. In a medical emergency, you can hand it to a paramedic, giving them instant access to critical information. It eliminates the panic and confusion that often accompany disasters, allowing you to focus on what matters most, staying safe. 2. Improvised emergency lighting. Bringing light to the darkness. At number 2, we tackle one of the most unsettling aspects of a power outage, total darkness. For seniors, navigating a dark home can be dangerous, increasing the risk of falls and injuries. The psychological impact of prolonged darkness can also be profound, amplifying feelings of fear and vulnerability. Flashlights are the obvious solution, but they're only as good as their batteries. In a prolonged outage, those batteries will eventually die. That's where improvised emergency lighting comes in. One of the simplest and most effective solutions is an oil lamp. Here's how to make one using items you likely already have in your kitchen. Start with a small glass jar, like a jam jar. For a wick, cut a strip of 100% cotton fabric from an old t-shirt. For fuel, almost any cooking oil will work. Vegetable oil, olive oil, or even Crisco. Fill the jar halfway with oil. Insert the cotton wick so that one end touches the bottom of the jar and the other extends about half an inch above the rim. You can secure the wick in place with a paper clip or a piece of wire. Let the wick soak in the oil for a few minutes, then light the top. This simple lamp can provide hours of steady light. However, it's crucial to treat it with care. Place it on a fire-resistant surface like a ceramic plate and keep it away from flammable materials. Never leave it unattended. The priceless value of this improvised lamp is its ability to bring light and a sense of normalcy back into your home. It's a small but powerful way to push back against the darkness and maintain your independence in a crisis. 1. Free emergency water storage. The foundation of preparedness. Finally, at number 1, we have the most essential and priceless item of all, emergency water storage. Water is life. Without it, survival becomes impossible in just a few days. For seniors, who may be more vulnerable to dehydration and reliant on medications that require water, having a safe supply is absolutely critical. The problem is that clean drinking water can become scarce in a disaster. Infrastructure damage can cut off your water supply or contaminate it, leaving you without this vital resource. While buying cases of bottled water is an option, it's expensive and not always practical for those on a fixed income. The free solution? Repurpose plastic bottles from soda or juice. These containers are made from food-grade plastic and are perfect for storing water. After finishing a bottle, wash it thoroughly with soap and water, rinse it well, and fill it to the top with tap water. Screw the cap on tightly and label the bottle with the date. Store these bottles in a cool, dark place like the back of a closet. Avoid using milk jugs, as they can harbor bacteria even after washing. Aim to store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a minimum of 3 days. The priceless value of this simple act cannot be overstated. By storing water in free repurposed containers, you're creating a safety net that ensures your health and survival in a crisis. It's a small effort with a massive payoff, providing peace of mind and a critical lifeline when you need it most. Bonus point 1. The power of duct tape, the ultimate fix-it tool. Let's kick off the bonus round with a true survival MVP, duct tape. This humble roll of adhesive is far more than just a repair tool. It's a jack of all trades in a crisis, a testament to practical ingenuity. It's not only cheap and readily available but also incredibly versatile, capable of being used in ways you've probably never considered before. In an emergency, duct tape can genuinely be a lifesaver, offering immediate temporary solutions to a myriad of problems. For instance, if you've got a broken window letting in cold air or rain, a few strips of duct tape can effectively seal it up, providing crucial insulation. Need to mend a tear in your clothing to prevent further damage, or patch a hole in your tarp to keep your shelter waterproof? Duct tape has you covered, creating a strong if temporary bond. Beyond simple repairs, it can even be used to create a makeshift splint for an injured limb by securing sticks or other sturdy objects firmly around the affected area, offering vital support until professional help arrives. But the magic doesn't stop there. Duct tape possesses remarkable waterproofing capabilities. Wrap it around a leaky water bottle or container to prevent spills, or use it to seal a plastic bag containing important documents, keeping them dry and protected from the elements. In a pinch, its robust nature means you can even twist it into a surprisingly strong rope for lashing or tying, or fashion it into a makeshift belt to secure items or hold up clothing. One of the most overlooked uses of duct tape is for first aid. While not sterile, if you don't have medical tape or proper bandages, duct tape can securely hold gauze or other wound coverings in place. It's certainly not ideal for direct wound contact, but in a dire crisis, it provides a functional temporary solution. The priceless value of duct tape ultimately lies in its sheer adaptability and the countless ways it can improvise solutions. It's not just a tool, it's a universal problem solver, transforming challenging situations into manageable ones. Keep a roll, or even several in your emergency kit, and you'll be amazed at how often it comes to the rescue when you least expect it. Bonus point 2. The humble bandana, a multi-use survival essential. Next up is an item that's as simple as it is profoundly versatile, the bandana. This small, lightweight, and often colorful piece of fabric can serve dozens of critical purposes in a crisis, making it an absolute must-have for any well-prepared emergency kit. First and foremost, a bandana can be quickly deployed as a face covering, whether you're dealing with dust clouds from debris, smoke from a fire, or simply trying to filter out airborne irritants. Tying a bandana over your nose and mouth can help protect your lungs. While it's not a substitute for a high-filtration mask, it offers a crucial basic layer of protection when nothing else is available. Beyond respiratory protection, the bandana is invaluable for first aid. Need a makeshift tourniquet to stem severe bleeding, or a sling to support an injured arm? A bandana can be folded and tied to do the job. It can also be used directly as a bandage to cover minor wounds, abrasions, or as a compress to reduce swelling on sprains. If you find yourself without clean cloth for wound care, a fresh bandana offers a clean and readily available alternative. But the uses don't stop there. A bandana can be folded and tied in various ways to create a simple pouch for carrying small forage items like berries or nuts or other small essentials. It can be worn as a sunshade for your neck or head, preventing sunburn and heat stroke, or even used as a bright signal flag tied to a branch to attract attention from rescuers. In a pinch, its fabric structure allows it to serve as a rudimentary water filter. Just pour suspect water through the fabric to remove larger sediment and particles before boiling or treating it for consumption. The enduring beauty of a bandana lies in its inherent simplicity and the sheer breadth of its applications. It's incredibly lightweight, takes up almost no space to carry, and is endlessly useful. Toss one or even a few in different colors into your emergency kit, and you'll have a tool that punches well above its weight in a survival situation. Bonus point 3. The unassuming safety pin. Small but mighty. Our third bonus point shines a light on the safety pin. This tiny, often overlooked, yet deceptively simple item is a true powerhouse of practicality in an emergency. Its small size, lightweight, and incredible versatility make it a perfect, unobtrusive addition to your preparedness arsenal. One of the most obvious and immediate uses for a safety pin is for clothing repair. A torn shirt or a broken zipper can quickly become a significant problem in a crisis, potentially exposing you to the elements or hindering movement. However, a safety pin can quickly hold things together, providing a temporary fix until you find a more permanent solution or are out of harm's way. Safety pins are also surprisingly invaluable for first aid. They can be used to securely fasten bandages or slings, ensuring they stay in place to protect a wound or support an injured limb. In a more delicate situation, they can even be carefully sterilized, e.g. with a flame, and used to remove splinters, acting as a fine-tip tool. If you need to improvise a tourniquet from a piece of cloth, a safety pin can help keep the fabric tightly secured and prevent it from unraveling. But the utility of safety pins doesn't end with repairs and first aid. They can be employed to organize small items that might otherwise get lost, such as keys, small fishing hooks, or even a bundle of waterproof matches, by pinning them together or to a piece of gear. You can also use them to create a makeshift zipper pull if yours has broken off. In a genuine survival scenario, a strong safety pin can even be bent and reshaped into a basic fishing hook, offering a potential means of acquiring food. The real value of safety pins truly lies in their inconspicuous size and portability. You can easily carry a handful in your pocket, wallet, or emergency kit without even noticing they're there, yet when the need arises, you'll be profoundly grateful for their presence and adaptability. Bonus point 4, the versatile aluminum foil, more than just for cooking. Aluminum foil might not be the first item that springs to mind when you envision essential survival tools, but it is surprisingly and remarkably useful in a crisis situation. Lightweight, compact when rolled, and incredibly versatile, a simple roll of aluminum foil can serve a wide variety of purposes, transforming everyday challenges into manageable tasks. One of the most practical and immediate uses for aluminum foil is for cooking. If you have access to a heat source like a campfire, you can use foil to create a makeshift cooking packet to roast vegetables or small game, keeping food clean and evenly cooked. It's also excellent for wrapping food to keep it warm. For boiling water in a pinch, you can carefully fold the foil into a sturdy cup-like container and place it over a flame, allowing you to purify water for drinking. Foil is also an excellent and often overlooked insulator. In a cold environment, its reflective surface can be used to reflect body heat back toward you if placed inside clothing or a makeshift shelter, helping to retain crucial warmth. Conversely, it can also line a small room or shelter to retain warmth from a fire. While not a perfect or primary solution, it can certainly make a noticeable difference in regulating temperature. Need to signal for help? Aluminum foil's highly reflective, shiny surface makes it an incredibly effective signal mirror. By carefully angling it toward the sun, you can reflect bright flashes of light to attract attention from aircraft or distant rescuers. Foil can also be used for storage. Wrap it tightly around small, sensitive items to keep them dry and protected from moisture, or fashion it into a makeshift pouch for carrying collected items. In a pinch, you can even use it to sharpen dull scissors or knives by folding it into multiple layers and cutting or rubbing the blade against it, creating a temporary edge. The fundamental value of aluminum foil lies in its incredible versatility and adaptability. It's a common, everyday item that can transform into a wide array of tools to meet various survival needs. Keep a roll, or even a pre-cut sheet in your emergency supplies. You'll be surprised at how often it comes in handy in unexpected ways. Bonus point 5, the reliable Ziploc bag, a waterproof wonder. Rounding out our bonus points is the humble Ziploc bag. This unassuming kitchen staple, often taken for granted, is in fact a survival superstar, offering a broad range of uses that extend far beyond its typical role in food storage. The most obvious and perhaps most critical benefit of a Ziploc bag in an emergency is its excellent waterproofing ability. Use it to securely protect important documents like maps, identification, or cash, as well as essential medications, matches, or small electronics from water damage due to rain, splashes, or accidental immersion. In a flood, or during heavy rainfall, a sealed Ziploc bag can literally be the difference between saving your essential items and losing them to moisture. Ziploc bags are also incredibly effective for organization within your kit. Use them to separate and store various small items like batteries, tinder, first aid supplies, or small tools, preventing them from getting lost or mixed up. Label each bag with a marker for quick and easy identification, especially when visibility is low or you're under pressure. In a pinch, a Ziploc bag can serve as a temporary water container. While it's certainly not as durable or reusable as a proper water bottle, it's a remarkably lightweight and portable option for short-term water transport or for collecting rainwater. You can also use them to store gathered food, protecting it from dirt and pests. Another clever, often overlooked use for Ziploc bags is as an improvised glove. If you need to handle something dirty, contaminated, or simply don't want to get your hands messy or wet, you can simply slip your hand into the bag and secure it around your wrist, providing a barrier. The real and enduring value of Ziploc bags lies in their simplicity, lightweight nature, and remarkable reliability. They are easy to carry in bulk, take up minimal space, and are incredibly versatile. Keep a few various sizes in your emergency kit, and you'll have a tool that's ready to assist with almost anything, from protecting valuables to organizing essentials in a wide range of challenging situations.